Welcome back to Clam Man 2 Open Mic and what might be the finale. I'm not sure yet. Looks like it though. I've got my set. I'm ready. Cool. We're just about done here too. Everything is ready? We're pretty much all set. Spotlight is up, PA system works, bar is stocked, fingers crossed. We're going through our sets, workshopping jokes. What about you? How do you feel about your bits? They're awful. They're all awful. He grins. That's the spirit. It's your first time. Don't worry too much. Just have fun with it. Listen, we'll help you out. It's not long until the show, so let's go through some basics, alright? Clay, there's still some stuff to do. It's not like we can sit back and do nothing until the show starts. After thinking things over, Edna declares, one of us can go. She looks at Al and Clayton for approval. The other two can handle the rest. Yeah, that sounds reasonable. Alright, so who goes? Well, this is a hell of a decision. Oh, the scroll is so slow. I'm going with Al. I like his attitude. Al, you think you're up for it? See what you got, buddy. As he starts scooting out of the booth, he continues. Besides, these two need to start pulling their weight anyway. Bite me. He grins back. Bark, bark, little doggy. He turns back to you. Let's get started, man. The two of you make your way to the green room and go over your jokes. It takes a while, but eventually you manage to turn the jokes into actual bits. Go you. The opening draws near. You hear the rumbling of chairs and a sea of voices pour into the club. Guess people found the spot after all. After reworking and rewriting some of your ideas, Al takes his cap off. It almost feels like a sign of release, like a firefighter removing his helmet after making it back safely.
Looking forward to your set, man. Let's go over the basics one more time. Soon as you get up there, you hit him with a good one. Don't overthink it. Go with your gut and a joke you're confident with.
How exactly do I tell the jokes? You've got a decent repertoire for a first-timer. Just pick the ones you think will work best and hit the audience with them. Open your repertoire, click the joke you want, and drag it out to the audience. Is that this button, I think? Yeah. How do I open the repertoire? Click the smiley on the lower left. Got it. What jokes do I tell? The easy answer is the ones you like the most, but that's not always the case. Sometimes you need to make certain people laugh. Writing funny stuff is a craft and a job, and sometimes you gotta write to your client's specifications. When I was a staff writer for Ringo, we'd work on basic topical stuff, relatable jokes about the news for a tired audience that got home from work and just wants to relax. It's not what I'd usually write, but this is business, and at times you have to be able to see your work as a product. That makes a lot of sense. I think so too. They call it show business for a reason. We're as much workers as we are artists. Anything else we should go through? Al thinks for a second and shifts from side to side. It's not really important for tonight, but I guess we could go through some terminology. Your pocket starts buzzing. A message. Al notices and looks up at the clock in the room. We don't have much time. Sorry, Al, you were saying? Right, the terminology. He pauses thoughtfully. Maybe we should start with bombing. I know what that is. Okay, great. Then there's the other end of the spectrum for when you're doing well. That'd be killing it. Pretty self-explanatory. Your jokes stick, you're on a roll, you're killing it. How do you know when you're killing it? People laugh? He shrugs. Look, you can never go into a set with the mindset of killing it. You can only do your best. Besides, sometimes you might not even want to kill it. Sometimes you want to take it slow. Some guys want to make statements. When I was on Ringo, we always had to keep in mind that it was a talk show. Sometimes people just want to hear the guest, and not a barrage of jokes from the host. How long were you a writer for Ringo? 4 years. 2 as a junior, 2 as a senior. After that, me and another one of the co-writers co-wrote Jonah and the Whale. What's Jonah and the Whale? Hal raises an eyebrow. Oh, it's this coming-of-age tragic comedy. Came out a few years ago. Did okay. It really wants me to ask this. Ringo? Late Night with Ringo? You've never seen it? I think he's been the top-rated late-night host for the past 8 years. He bumps his chest. Snacky Bay native, too. What did you do right before the Poseidon? 5 years on Out the Window. He catches himself, realizing you might need clarification. The animated show. The one with the yellow characters? I wrote 18 episodes and contributed a bunch of others. Contributed to a bunch of others. Oh, okay. He goes on, giving in to nostalgia. Writing for animation is awesome. If you ever get a chance to do it, you do it. So why stop? It was time for something else. He looks down as if trying to convince himself. Yeah. Any other terminology I should know? Not sure what other terms would be good to know right now. Oh, actually, LPM. Which stands for laughs per minute. It's crucial when you're starting out. Open mics are all about maintaining attention. If you're a big shot, you can afford 10 minutes of setup, because the audience is there to see you. If you're a nobody, you need to keep their eyes on you, and you need to keep them laughing. Go for a high LPM, even if that means dipping into cheaper gags now and then. It's understandable when you're starting out. He looks up at the clock again. Alright, time's up. Ready for your first show? Self-awareness high. I could not be more terrified. He laughs. Man, it barely gets any easier. You just get used to it. Remember, keep it tight and keep them laughing. We're rooted for you. Stoically nod like the groundbreaking comedy warrior you are. Well, I need to go use the toilet first. Or I could just leave. Well, go to the stage. It's time to do comedy. Sounds and blurs of light pass by. The crowd is murmuring and chattering, and from your position backstage you see the microphone cradled in its holder atop the stand, and a spotlight beaming down over it. The corrugated metal glistens like polished silver in the light, like a trophy or some long-forgotten precious artifact, only now to be discovered. It's just a microphone. Of course it's a microphone. Doesn't mean you can't think of it as something more. Alright, let's go. You step out on the stage. You're up. Greet the audience, but keep it very short. Hey everyone, you're great. Wow, what a terrific audience. Interesting opening line, but less pandering, more jokes. Pete lets out a loud, woo, yeah! A few audience members scoff at him, but he doesn't mind. Well, let's start with mopping the floor. Everybody's had to clean something, right? Let's talk about cleaning. Oof, what a terrible way to open it. Let's talk about... Okay, so it might not be the most captivating topic, but it's something everyone knows and does. Trauma spreads across the faces of the triad, presumably after months of work cleaning and fixing this place into shape. If nothing else, they'll be able to relate. Oh, I didn't know there were going to be skill checks on my jokes for doing the thing. Aqua Dynamics -4, average. Make cleaning fun. Oh, yes. It's not fun, is it? So why do we clean? I clean when I'm sad, which means that when my life is going well, I'm an absolute slob. But when things are bad, my apartment is as clean as sterilized as an empty petri dish. That's how people can tell I'm depressed. I don't talk about it, but they can smell it on me. It smells like lemon-scented cleaner. This one time, I had a friend over. I go out to the kitchen to get some drinks, and when I come back, he's on the phone with another friend, stressing out about my floors. You bring your hand up and pretend to be on the phone. Yeah, it's bad, man. Floors are clean enough to eat off. No dust inside. Oh shit, he's even got a dehumidifier. They staged an intervention to stop my addiction to chemicals. Like, this shit is bad for you, man. And they're just throwing out window cleaners. A few chuckles roll through the audience in response. You turn a little more serious, as if wanting people to understand your plight. It just feels better to clean when you're down. It's like punishing yourself to make yourself feel better. You're down there scrubbing fecal matter off the toilet and you're thinking, yeah, this is where I belong. Give me dirt. Give me the good stuff. Scrub me. Scrub me. You get a good laugh when your tone of voice intensifies. This one was weird, but some people really loved it. Edna smirks, exhaling short bursts of giggles. The concept and execution of this was just absurd enough for her. Hey, you actually pulled this one off. Go you. Let's keep going, shall we? So, not a lot of interaction there, although, you know, there was a skill check. Are we gonna do all of these? Oh, right-click a joke to learn more about it. This interface is a little clunky. Nope. That doesn't do anything. Yikes. Oh. I guess it... Wow, that's not a lot of... Oh, but it's telling you what skills... Hold on. What are my stats? Well, I can't check my stats, but I guess I know what these are now. Alright, well, let's talk about being honest to kids. I've been thinking about honesty lately. I've been thinking of, specifically what happens when you're honest to kids. People say you should be honest to kids. Not much of a reaction from the audience, apart from a few nods. You have their attention at the very least. The exact same thing goes for the triad. Detection -1, average. Deconstruct kids. And honesty. Deconstruct kids, eh? Oh no. I'd like to look inside a kid and see where the honesty is stored. Surgically, I mean. A lady in the front row furrows her brow. Others in the crowd follow her lead. Wait, what did he just say? Yeah, let's dissect this here and now. Oh, okay, no, wait, that's awful. That's an awful setup for a joke. I would never try to dissect kids. Wait, no, well, actually, do I just lean into this? Yeah, I'm bombing. Let's fucking bomb. It's okay, I'm not doing it for fun, it's for science. Uhs and ews sprout from the crowd, with one guy in the back loudly proclaiming that he would never dissect the child. His friends cheer him on. He goes on to state that he would never look for honesty in children or any other person, and his friends cheer him on even louder. This continues and escalates for some reason, and eventually him and his companions start chanting his name in support. Dirk, 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 Dirk. A few audience members join in, but the majority is just very, very confused, as are you. When the Dirk loving has passed, people settle down. Most seem to have forgotten about your flub, or just want to hear the rest of your set. Look, you bombed, but you could have gotten lynched. Things could be worse. I'm not sure how I feel about the rolling on this one. I'm a firm believer in science. I think science is great. A lone guy in the crowd cheers loudly. The entire room takes a second to acknowledge that and collectively wonder why. Make science fun and exciting and just a real treat. Of course, all of my failure rolls are happening during the performance. Who are you kidding? Science isn't interesting. Science is boring. Everyone hates science. But I just told all these people I believe in science. Guess you'll have to tell them you changed your mind. But I can't just backpedal like that. That's where you're mistaken. Since you now dismiss science, you can dismiss logic or rationality as well. These two answers are excellent. It can be both. You can gain superpowers and turn into a worse person. I just turned into a worse person, didn't I? But you'll never have to admit you're wrong. I can live with that. Attaboy, now tell him. Guys, I lied. I hate science. The guy in the crowd stands up, jaw dropped. He puts his hands on his head in complete shock. What the? Why would you trick me like this? I didn't trick you. Yes, you did. You made me believe you were on my side. Now I look like a doofus for cheering for you. That's because you are a doofus. The man roars in a confused state of fury and rushes out of the club. Everyone is very confused. Clayton looks like he's trying to figure out if he should call medical assistance or not. Alright, let's end the joke. This was a bomb. Well, this has been fun. Finished set. That's it. That's your slot. Wrap it up. Thank you, Snacky Bay. You've been a terrific audience. Some applause and a few cheers. Nothing major, but appreciative. Pete gets up, cheering. Yeah, you did it. That was awesome, man. A few people in the crowd around him laugh, but he doesn't care. He's just really happy for you. Pete's a good friend. Wink at him. Pete is a beacon of absolute joy. He's so stoked right now, he's probably flammable. He nods and sits back down. Walk off. You make your way into the shadows backstage. After you get off stage, the night seems to pass in a flash. Moments flow and fade into existence and memory. Pete congratulating you in his typical excitable way. The performances of the triad following your opening. Chuckles and laughter. Before you know it, the night is over. The club starts clearing out and Clayton ushers you outside along with Edna and Al. The quiet, cold evening in the alley behind the Poseidon is a welcome contrast to the noisy heat of the club's interior. You, along with your newfound peers, step outside with drinks in hand. Clayton takes a long swig from his glass and rests his entire weight against the railing. Inhale, exhale, and a smile on his face. After making his way down the stairs, Al plops down on the trunk of the alleyway mammoth and lifts his glass to toast the giant. Edna swings herself on top of the railing in one fell swoop, dangling and clanking her feet against the block. The balusters? Is that how you... What? Hold on. Have I never seen that spelled out before? Yeah, I guess that's the way you spell that. I didn't know that. I don't know how I thought it was spelled, but I didn't think it was spelled like that. Anyway, as if controlling bursts of excess energy. The Poseidon survived its first night. Morale is good, a toast is made. in a relaxed, muted manner. It's obvious that for some, a giant weight has been lifted. Some comments and feedback are shared, and eventually eyes are on you and your set.
Well, how does it feel?
Feel awful.
That's normal. Everyone is a mess of nerves and anxiety after their first set.
Some people are like that all the time. Can you imagine being those people?
Yeah, that would suck. She grins back knowingly.
What about your set? How do you think it went?
Could have gone better. Alright, so most of your jokes didn't land. That's to be expected. First time on stage, first time telling jokes. Here's the thing. You got one good laugh. That's more than most people do on their first time. That's one good joke more than some comics land throughout their entire career. She continues, muttering, being funny is far from what makes you successful, unfortunately. Hear, hear. Don't worry, man, it gets easier. Outside the alley, you hear more people leaving the club. They're laughing and enjoying themselves. The four of you look among yourselves. People seem to have a good time regardless.
And for the record, I think you'll fit in great here. You seem like a good guy to me.
The text says really well. Not great, but interesting. He lifts his glass approvingly. Thanks, Clayton.
Thanks for all the help, man.
Don't mention it, Al.
Whatever. I'm not all mush-mush like these two softies. I've got my eye on you, Clammy.
What's your problem?
One wrong move, and I'm stealing your shoes and filling them with pudding.
Why?
She's only half joking. But she's just as happy to have you on board as me and Clay.
Al looks down at his shoes.
Yes. Thanks for all your help.
Somehow the squinting intensifies. It's one of the squintier squints you've ever experienced. What's your favorite? Squint back at her. What's your favorite kind of pudding? Chocolate. What's yours? Revenge. She snorts and tries to stifle a wide smirk. Touché. Oh, I just got a +1 for, like, a relationship thing. Oh, whoopsie. Apparently clicking over here clicks over there. More toasts, more cheers. Morale is good. Flashes of the horror lived on your first steps on stage are dimmed and muted by a newfound sense of belonging. A secret society, a ragtag gang of outlaws paving their own way. Feels pretty good. So dude, ready to do the same thing tomorrow? One tiny thing though. Usually we work on sets for ages, years. Al draws circles in the air. Rewriting, reworking. Usually takes a long time until you have a set you're happy with, and that consistently lands. We want to do new material. Every single night. I have to come up with a brand new routine every single night? We know it's not ideal, it's tough, and it's going to get tougher as we go. But we have faith in you. And tons of material for ourselves to use. She's messing with you. We're all going to do the same thing. But we really do have tons of material for ourselves to use. If you were to keep going, you've got a spot here at the Poseidon every night. Hell, if you want to take more part in running a club, that would be great too. Promos, interviews, podcasts. She shudders. Maybe even talk shows. What do you say? You son of a bitch, I'm in. One last cheer. Morale is good. You listen as the last few guests leave the club, laughing and loudly hailing cabs. A siren wails somewhere in the city. A message from Pete buzzes in your pocket. That was so cool, dude. Had to leave because work tomorrow, but let's get some breakfast tomorrow morning, alright? Best friend breakfast, let's go! Guess you're a comedian now, huh? Do you feel prepared for your new life? Dear God, no. Haha, let's go! The end of day 1. All right, well, pretty great. I have a few technical qualms. There's some, polish that the game needs in certain respects. I don't love the rolling system. It feels like it's a little tacked on, and it's weird because also on Steam, they have a whole, Steam announcement about how I think the original release of this demo did not use a rolling system. But hell, if I have a little more control over which jokes I pick up and how I structure them, then I feel like this could definitely, hold up a longer game, just as a go out during the day, engage in shenanigans, and come back at night and do a joke, do some sets. I don't actually know how they intend to adapt it to the full game, and this has been out for a while, and I don't know that there's an actual expected release date for Clam Man 2, so I'll keep you guys in the loop either way. This episode's gone very long, and I don't think I'm going to cut it up, but I was very thoughtfully gifted the original Clam Man, so spoilers, that's what I'm going to play next. See you guys next time for that.